Hey there, Captain Mutant here, and you might not be aware of this, but in addition to Lego, I'm also a bit of a Star Trek fan.
What?
Great iridescent egg!
Oh my wild apricot.
Come on, it can't be that surprising.
But what about Stargate?
Stargate's a fantastic series, but Star Trek really is my first sci-fi love. Heck, I even went as far as altering the registry number of Lego's newest Galaxy Explorer as a nod to that franchise. You can't tell me you didn't notice.
Oh yeah, you did.
And since I've given Stargate the Lego treatment, I thought, why not see if I can do the same with Star Trek?
Ooh, are you going to be designing starships and such?
To be fair, I think others are doing a much better job at this than I ever could. Take a look at the amazing work Kai-E Bricks is doing, for instance. And if you're not afraid to venture into the non-Lego brick realm, then Blue Bricks is the champion of retail Star Trek starship building.
None of those have minifigs, mind.
That's because you can't have minifigs. Companies that have tried no longer do. You can bet Paramount's lawyers were onto them faster than a cop eats a donut.
I've decided to dip my toe in these waters by creating my own version of the Holy Trinity.
You mean?
That's right, GG. I'm going to be turning Kirk, McCoy, and Spock into Lego minifigs.
Oh, wow.
Now, before you get too excited, they won't actually be faithful and accurate recreations.
Yeah, that might appease the lawyer's ravenous appetite.
I'm sure that decision will keep the blood-sucking parasites at bay, but it's also so I can add my own unique touch to these iconic characters, starting with the uniforms.
I think I know where this is going.
And you'd likely be right, McClock. Those of you who followed my adventures from the start will know I began my Lego Odyssey by creating my own uniforms for my planetary outpost concept. They were based on an existing print, but altered to represent a more modernized classic space uniform, something that would look better than just a plain giant logo on the torso.
You mean you're going to recycle these?
Exactly that.
But they were heavily inspired by the next generation's uniforms, not the original series.
Well, custom prints are pretty expensive, you know, so I definitely wasn't planning on creating new ones, and to be frank, I think they'll actually look great for this project. Look, if you want to take a more purist approach, you could always use plain yellow and plain blue torsos. But Lego's supposed to be fun, so I wanted to inject a little of myself into these.
Lucky you had them printed in various colors.
You're right there. And then obviously, we need to find heads that represent the characters well. There's a wealth of choices here, although flesh-colored heads and hands aren't readily available directly from Lego. You've got to source them from elsewhere, like Brinklink, for example. So here's my take for Kirk, with his Boy Scout charm. And here's McCoy, sporting his friendly smile.
But what about Spock? What about the equipment they'd need on away missions, like a tricorder?
Glad you asked, Doc. Actually, the tricorder is a cool one because you could show it in two different ways. First is it being used, and in true TOS fashion, the screen has to face the audience. So I had to find a print that would work as a tiny screen with controls and whatnot.
You mean like the one you've used to represent a communications device for your outpost?
Right you are. And here it is. It's actually an official Lego print produced for the Spurious theme back in the mid to late 90s.
I don't think Kirk ever used a tricorder.
Yeah, maybe not, but go with me on this.
Would have been better if you'd used Spock for these. Where is he anyway?
But there's another way to represent a tricorder. Back in the day, it came with a strap so you could carry it like a satchel. And as luck would have it, Lego have a satchel piece that would be perfect for this. Except it doesn't come in black. But it does come in dark blue, which is more than good enough, don't you think?
Nice. I could actually do with one of these.
Consider it done, Doc.
Fancy.
And what about the phasers?
That one's more tricky because it's such an iconic shape. I mean, sure, I could use a blaster from Star Wars, but do I really want to do that?
I would say no.
Yeah, you don't want to taint sci-fi with fantasy.
I thought I'd take some creative license and use the best-looking retro laser gun Lego have ever created, which, shockingly, has only appeared alongside a single CMF character.
Oh, I love those. They look so cool. But where's Spock?
Actually, Captain, it appeared in two of them.
True, but its second appearance came in pearl gold, and I wasn't prepared to stray that far away from the franchise.
Fair enough.
But what about Spock?
Don't worry, Gigi, I haven't forgotten about him. We can't have a Trinity with only two characters, now can we? Spock was actually a challenge. Getting a face with slanted eyebrows was a lucky find, but there was a bigger problem.
His pointed ears?
His pointed ears. I thought the most obvious solution would be a hairpiece from The Lord of the Rings, right? Except all elves have long hair, which, obviously won't do.
Bloody hippies.
I did find a couple of short hair pieces in the elves theme, but the messy, unkept style was just wrong. I looked through the Harry Potter range, and the goblins do have pointed ears, but they're not the right shape, and the hair's not black, so no joy there either. I really thought this was going to be an insurmountable hurdle.
I accept you made this video, so you must have found a solution.
You know me too well, Gigi. It was all by chance, really. I located it in the Lego Batman movie CMF series from the Wonder Twins minifigs. Short black hair, light nougat ears. It's actually pretty damn close to perfect.
Do you think he can hold the tricorder now?
Of course.
I think all three look just great. Imagine the adventures they will have.
So there you go, guys. My somewhat creative attempt to represent the best sci-fi trio that ever graced our television screens in Lego form. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll speak to you next time. You okay, McClock? You seemed a little out of sorts today.
What are you getting at?
Whoa. Well, that sort of attitude, actually. You're more confrontational than usual.
Don't play dumb with me. I know you're planning on replacing me with a sea lion of all things.
Where's this coming from?
I said, don't play dumb. I saw your conversation with Dave Blass.
Did you really? Because I stuck up for you.
Having a large male chicken open himself up to inappropriate jokes? What the hell is that insinuating, eh?
Yeah, that is what he said, but I didn't.
No one can replace me, you hear? I'm the hammer of this ship. Well, before he was killed off. Who do you think I am? Genevieve Bujold?
McClock.
If I'm anyone, I'm Kate Mulgrew here, you hear?
McClock.
Plus, you'd have to flood the whole bloody engineering section if you're going to replace me with a sea lion.
McClock.
And sea lion got no bloody arms. How's he going to use the consoles, I ask you?
McClock.
What?
Dave's the production designer on Picard Season 3. He's got nothing to do with the running of the ship or who my senior officers are.
Oh, right. Good. Because you'll never get a better engineer than me.
I know that.
If something needs fixing, I fix it.
And a good thing too.
Right. And unlike Genevieve, I know how to say engage. Engage! Damn it! Engage! I know how to say engage. Comparing me to an Oscar-nominated actress, the very idea.